Where were you born and raised, Russell?
Well, I was born and lived in Philadelphia till I was 7. Then my father, who was a salesman, took a new territory, and I've lived here ever since, except for 2 years when I went on a sort of side trip and worked in graphics in New Orleans for about 2 years.
And other than that, so you're a Charlotte, Carolina person?
I am a Charlottean. I mean, I love Charlotte. Although I live currently in Rock Hill, I consider myself a North Carolinian. I love the Carolinas. If you come to the Carolinas in the fall, you'll never leave. I mean, it's so perfect here in the fall. It's like, it's hard to believe. I love it.
When did you start playing disc golf?
The way this happened was I met this guy, and he was, in the old days, this is before there was golf disc. It was still Frisbees. He was the state coordinator for the old International Frisbee Association. And through him, I started officiating at various Frisbee events. And one of the events, and it was Frisbee golf. And this was in 1979, 1980-ish. And I got to know one of the guys at Whammo, which is the company that owns the rights to the word Frisbee. His name was Tim Selinsky, who ended up, some years later, being one of the founding 5 of the company that I work for now, Innova. You know, I just kept doing it, and I had a little kite and Frisbee store, and since Tim had founded Innova, I was one of Innova's very first customers that sold their golf disc in a retail environment. Then in 1985, I went to the PDGA World Championships, with that year were in Tulsa. And I met Harold and Dave, who were 2 of the other principals at that time. And in 87, Harold moved to this part of the country, and we'd play golf and stuff. And so I would see Harold, and I'd help him do little, course projects and stuff. And I kept lobbying. I said, "You're allowed to give me a job." And then in 1996, when Innova had grown to the point where he needed really more employees and stuff, he called me up. I was working as an operations manager for a shopping center developer, and he offered me a job, and I took a $5,000, I remember, a year pay cut to go to work for Harold, and it was the smartest thing I ever did in my life. I mean, and I've been doing this ever since and loving it. And I'm always around people playing, and I know I've been around the best players in the world for the last 35 years. I know what the discs do and what they do with them. And I've really kind of I've started, over the years I've gotten better at it, and I've taken it more and more seriously. I'm not going to make a real contribution to the game playing it. I can make a real contribution to the sport if I'm designing good golf courses.
Can we talk just for a moment about Innova?
Innova was founded by Dave Dunapace, Harold and Charlie Duvall, and Tim Selinsky. Dave invented and patented the first bevel edge golf disc, which is what changed it from playing with an adapted toy, which is what Frisbee golf was, to making the object to play the sport with a sporting good that was designed specifically for the game. The Arrow was the name of that disc. It was originally called the Eagle, and the name changed, but it transformed the game. A golf disc can be thrown with so much further, with so much better control, that it really is what fired it up. It's what made it really explode. And we've been leading the technological march to make better and better discs and get better and better plastics and better targets and accessories and all of this stuff ever since. And we are the dominant company. There are, in the last few years especially, there have been some other entries into the marketplace besides us and the other 2 majors, but we are exceptionally dominant in the game right now.
And are you folks here in Rock Hill only, or?
No, Rock Hill, we do not manufacture discs here. All of our discs are made in our factory in Ontario, California. Actually, the molding plant's in Rancho Cucamonga, but the company headquarters is in Ontario, which isn't far apart. And we make all of our own golf discs. We don't outsource them. We make them.